The results are in from September's Ireland Thinks poll in the Sunday Independent, and I'm joined by pollster Dr. Kevin Cunningham to discuss the results. Kevin, on the state of the parties, not massive movement, but a bit of a jump for Fianna Fáil.
Yeah, Fianna Fáil are up to 22, that's up 2. Fine Gael up 1, so generally good for the two government parties. The rest of the parties, really not much change. Social Democrats down 1, Independent Ireland down 1, and then everything else is pretty much as you'd have it. So we have this period of a lot of stability, but what I do notice in the data itself is that the undecideds themselves are starting to creep up, and this is certainly the biggest percentage of undecideds I've seen in any kind of general election poll since the election, which is around 24%. So it's stable, but there's a lot of uncertainty there as well, I think.
Not a massive amount of movement, so from the general election, which now is 10 months ago. So like the political picture landscape hasn't changed a whole lot.
No, not at all. I mean, we have questions from which we ask people about their approval or disapproval of the government. There's 33% approve, 58% disapprove. Those are figures which are obviously much less favourable for the government than they were maybe at the start of this term, but it's been quite stable on those figures as well. It's like they've settled into a bit of a normal in terms of what they've achieved.
And in terms of the priorities of people, again, housing, cost of living, immigration, healthcare, they're all up there. They come up and down, but nothing terribly out of kilter there.
No, the cost of living is down slightly. The cost of living had been going up 4 months in a row, and you'd expect it to continue to increase as the schools go back. But as we know, there was a big effort from the government, or obviously in recent years, to change that in relation to the back to school costs. I think perhaps that's had an impact here.
Okay, so things like the free school books and stuff like that's why you think that's paying off. That big hurdle that people hit late August into September has been slightly removed.
Because usually what we see this time of year is you have this cost of living thing spiking, and you're going into the budget decisions, and then those two things start to play off against one another.
Now, one figure that is interestingly moving is on the leadership satisfaction rating. Micheál Martin, round about the same. Holly Cairns, who obviously is on leave at the moment, down a bit, but more or less the same. Mary McDonald, but pretty much the same. Ivana Bacik down a bit. Simon Harris.
Yeah, Simon Harris is down to 36 from 40. This is almost certainly Simon Harris's weakest polling that we've had since he's become leader. Perhaps this is associated with the recent discussions around the scoliosis thing, perhaps. I'm not sure. It is back to a figure which was similar to where Leo Varadkar had been before Leo had decided to resign. Not saying that would be the case for Simon Harris. Obviously, he's on a similar figure to Mary Lou McDonald. What it suggests, to me at least, is that Harris's support is really a Fine Gael vote, and Micheál Martin, who's still significantly ahead, also still has the support of Fianna Fáilers, of Fine Gaelers as well. So just to explain this a little bit, is that generally speaking, when people rate party leaders, those that support their party tend to give their own leader a relatively high rating. In some cases, some people have support outside of their party. Micheál Martin clearly has that amongst Fine Gael voters. I'm just not sure that Simon Harris still has that amongst Fianna Fáil voters. He had a little bit of support from Fianna Fáil voters. I'm wondering whether that has actually declined a little bit.
Right, so the shine going off Simon Harris a wee bit at this point. We'll watch these polls as they go along. You can read all about this opinion poll, including the presidential election results, in the Irish Independent online and the Sunday Independent.